It's go time. So this is like take 5. I had recorded an amazing podcast show and it completely disappeared. So welcome. This is the Afrolatina show. I am your host, Alicia Anabel Santos, La Diosa Dominicana. And as I always say, there are no filters, no editing. This is like raw, real time. This is episode 11. And I'm really excited to incorporate a video element, right? That way I could you could see the energy and you can feel what I'm putting out there and hopefully pick up what I'm serving. And so welcome to the Afro-Latina Diary. I Today, one of the things that I've been meditating on are the words get up, get up, get up, keep moving, get up. It was 2005. I was at NYU, and this is after a breakdown that I had working at Condé Nast. I thought that I had the dream job. I was in publishing, I was breaking in, I was finally going to publish, in some of the top magazines in the country. And the dream was turned nightmare real quick, when it became about, serving coffee and getting bialys and ordering cupcakes and pizza for little girls' birthday parties and things that were truly beneath me, not to diss secretaries or administrative assistants because y'all are my heroes. But what I will say is that those were some of the most demeaning moments of my life, or moments where I felt the most disrespected. And so, but that's not what this video diary is about. Actually, this diary is about the moment where I heard the words, keep moving, get up, keep moving. 2005, NYU class. Everyone is sharing their stories. It's a speech class, speech writing. And so I don't know what it was. I don't remember the exact moment, but I broke down in class and I was crying uncontrollably. And finally, I just decided to get up and walk out of class because I couldn't be there anymore. And I don't know what the trigger was, but I was pretty much done. I remember walking to Washington Square and sitting in that fountain. There wasn't water there because it's winter. And so I just sat there. I sat there and I felt hopeless and I felt helpless. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to go home, but I wanted to go. I wanted to leave. I didn't want to be here. And so I called my therapist. Dr. R, and I told her exactly how I was feeling. I told her that I no longer wanted to be here, that I wanted to abandon my daughter, that I wanted to burn every single thing I'd ever written. And I just wanted a fresh start. I wanted to change my identity, everything. I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to live this life. She told me to get up. She said, Alicia, I need you to get up from that fountain right now, and I need you to walk, and I need you to keep walking, and I need you to keep moving. I want you to keep walking until you can no longer walk. She will never know how those words, her counsel, saved my life. I'm constantly reminding myself to keep moving, to keep it moving, to keep pushing, that life is going to get better. But the truth is, life sometimes is hard and fucked up things do happen. And so while that was a really dark moment in my life, I'm really grateful to that therapist because she reminded me that I needed to keep moving and that I have to try my best not to throw in the towel, because every time I kept moving, I reminded myself that I was one step closer to having the life that I desired, to having my dreams come true. And everything that I have said I want to do, I've done. Everything that I've said I wanted to achieve, I've achieved. But there's always that moment that I have been filled with self-doubt, or shame, or paralyzing fear. And so today I was reminded to get up. Today I was reminded to just start. And so today I didn't even write a script. I didn't even write notes for this blog, for this diary. I just decided I was going to come and expose myself, come to you naked, representing Q's Go Orange for my daughter, because I always rock my daughter. Intention. That's what the purpose of this diary is about today. Intention. The power of intention. That's what I'm reminding myself of today. Why is it that you do what you do, Alicia? Is it that you want to be liked? Is it that you want to be famous? Is it that you want people to know that you exist? I think for a while there, like, I don't think, I know that for a while there, I was concerned about what people were saying about me or how they felt about me. And it was important for me to feel liked or loved, heard, seen. And my writing shifted too, because before I wrote about whatever the fuck I wanted to write about, I wasn't writing with the audience in mind. I was writing Alicia's experience. This is my truth. I was writing my truth, and not in a whitewashed way, not in a way that would be acceptable to society, community, to be published in New York Times with the perfect grammar and the perfect, vocab. No, I was writing my truth the way I speak, because that's how I write, actually. I write from the heart, the way I speak, the way I feel it from my experience. That's my truth. That's the kind of writer I am. So I don't use words that I wouldn't use in my everyday language, because that's not authentic to me. So what is my intention? What is your intention? What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to be? What is it that you want to have? What is your intention? What is the heart of the thing? My intention. I want to be a successful writer. What does a successful writer mean to me? A successful writer to me means that I am producing, I'm executing. It's one of my favorite words. It's one of my favorite sports terms, execute. I don't even like sports. Let me be real. But I am a big fan of all of these sports memoirs that I've been reading and these coach memoirs that I've been reading, because I'm always looking for that thing that's going to help me to keep moving, to keep pushing. Execute. What is my intention? My intention is to be a successful writer. And so that means that I have to produce. I need to produce work. I need to produce content. I need to be a storyteller, and I need to write all of the stories that live in my body. I need to write them. Success to me looks like completion. Success to me is intention. And I think that once we realize what we're born to do, it's important to remind ourselves often what our intent is, why we wake up every day. My intention is to serve community. My intention is to tell stories about Latinas, because I am Latina, right? I am an Afrolatina. I am a Dominican woman. I am a lesbian. My intention is to tell the stories that I never read. I never ever read. I never found a book when I was young. I love the writers that say, I've been avid reader since I was little. I fucking hated reading. I hated it. I never wanted to read a book. Why? Because I didn't understand what the fuck they were talking about. Because they weren't talking about my experience. Being born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens, moving to Rhode Island, dating the drug dealer. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I wasn't reading about my experience, so I can't say, oh my God, I loved, what's one of the books that my daughter loved? It was those Little Women. I loved the Little Women. I'm sorry, no, I didn't love the women. You know who I did love? Little House on the Prairie, the TV show. Not the book, the TV show. So I'm just keeping it fucking real. Now is when I am a reader. And I am a reader because I am a writer. And I understand that part of my craft is to vocalize. So it's important for me to read, to study other writers and how they do it, so that I can be inspired to tell my story. So it's with intention. It's not I'm going to sit here and say, oh, I love it. No, there's a lot of shit that I would rather not read, like most of the posts out there on Instagram and Facebook and the news and Twitter and our president and all of that. And so intention. What is our intention? And so today I'm reminded of two things. Just start. That was key. I was listening to Gary Vee. And I had intentions of listening to a few of his podcast show. And then he said something. that was really interesting. And it, I don't know if people continue to play it. It was like a 23-minute video. Gary Vee is a motivational speaker for those of you who don't, and maybe he wouldn't call himself a motivational speaker, but the motherfucker motivates. He motivates. But he was talking about, y'all are over here listening to me when you should just start. Pretty much that was the bottom line. I was only like 3 minutes in and motherfucker said that. And I'm like, you're right. Why am I sitting here listening to you when I could just start? So I connected my mic to my computer, plugged the video thing on, taught myself because I don't know how to fucking do this. And I hope that it records. Just start. And so my intention is to write stories that inspire, write stories where women of color feel they're represented, where we are celebrated and honored, not for the stereotypes that people write about us, but for who we are, for our strength, our legacy, our history, the matriarchs in our family. My intention is very much connected to who I write for. I write for my daughter, for all of the daughters. I write for women like me, women who are fucking strong and in so many ways fearless and fierce and badasses. But at the same time, as women of color, we carry generational trauma. And so I'm coming to you as a healer who is constantly looking for ways to heal herself. And in that way, hopefully heal the world through my words. That's just the truth of it. And so my intention today, and what I really wanted to do with you is like set our own intentions. So I'm challenging you to join me in a very private moment, in a very in a personal affirmation and meditation that is not scripted. And so I ask you to close your eyes and put your hands on your heart. Take a few deep breaths. And I want you to meditate on the word intention. What is my intention? What is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to be remembered for? See yourself doing it. Can you see yourself living that life, that thing? Be in that place with your intention. And when you're ready, come out of your meditation and affirm it. Write it down. My intention is to be a badass writer who gets paid for doing what I love every fucking day. That's my intention. What's yours? Peace.